So for Ashe, her Coach Gun has 2 charges. Her Dynamite is now 14 seconds on cooldown instead of 12. And the hip fire recovery is a lot faster. And the aiming movement penalty is reduced from 30 to 10%, so you move a lot faster when you're aiming. And I think the Coach Gun change is kind of funny. I don't know if it should go through, but like you can actually like just keep flying in the air like a hit scan Pharah, which is pretty funny. But I don't think Ashe should have 2 Coach Gun charges, and I think the hip fire is a little bit too much. But I do like aiming down the sight change. So I honestly think the only change that should go through for Ashe is the movement penalty change. But the other 3 changes are a nay for me. That's fair. All right, that's a yay from 1. Agreed. All right, those are that's some yays. We get some yays for only take aim. It'll make Ashe a lot harder to hit by fucking Hanzos. All right, so Cassidy is next, and yes, it's Cassidy. Anybody in the comments saying it's not Cassidy and it's McCree, you are going to get banned. Shut up. It is Cassidy. It says it so in the patches. So Peacekeeper damage increased from 50 to 55 on the secondary fire. So Fan the Hammer does now 55 damage instead of 50 damage. Why? I don't know. This combat roll can now be used while airborne. And the flashbang cooldown is 12 seconds. And, like... Oh yeah, Deadeye does more tumbleweeds. Yeah, you got 5 tumbleweeds, hooray. I think the only thing that should be a yay is the combat roll while airborne, but if you did that, you would have to nerf his HP. If you nerf his flashbang, you're making him less of a timing hero to flash someone, and more of just a spammy hero to spam shields and just spam tanks. Click right, click Andy. So, my take on this is, you can get the tumbleweeds in, whatever, that's funny. But, combat roll should be used while airborne, and nerf his HP to 225. I also think they need to revert his fall life damage to being only 50% less damage instead of, or 50% max damage instead of 30% max. Like, I think nerfing Cass's fall life damage was a bad idea. Same with Ashe. I don't think those 2 should have had their fall life damage happen. Soldier makes more sense because he's a faster firing hit scan and has more bullets. But I don't think Cass or Ashe should have had their fall life damage nerfed. So for me, it's a yay on the combat roll. Nay for everything else, but you have to nerf his HP to 200. See? Alright, we got some yays, which I low-key want to skip, so we're just going to go through this quickly. Is that the bullet spread is reduced by 50%. Show accuracy. It's not that noticeable, to be honest. But he gets 100 more armor in tank form. So his ult has 400 HP instead of 300. I say nay. Bastion sucks as he is right now. I say no to these changes. Like, these changes won't make Bastion any better in higher ranks. It'll just make him more broken in lower ranks. I say no. We don't want Bastion to play period. True. So, health reduced from 250 to 225. Which I like. His passive now gives him 40 shields instead of 30. And his meteor strike landing is a lot quicker. A lot quicker. Like, that's insanely quick. I will say though, it will make his ultimate not useless. So my change on this is that fuck his passive. He should not get any more shields. So yeah, I think the meteor strike landing is a good idea to change it. For it to be that quick though, I don't know. I think it should be 0.25, maybe 0.5. It needs to be played around with a little bit. But I do think his health needs to be reduced to 225, and I do not think that he should have his passive buffed. Like, the passive buff is what people hate about Doomfist the most. So if you buff that, that's even worse. Well, it's a nerf and a buff. I say, so we should get a yay for that. Health, yay. Meteor strike change, yay. Just not that fast. Genji. So here's what Sensei's been waiting for. Sensei's been waiting for the Genji change. So his now cyber agility makes his wall climbing speed increase by 50%. Fast as fuck, bro. Fast as fuck, boy. And now wall climbing refunds double jump, so you have triple jump. And now apparently you can throw your shurikens a little bit faster, which it's very minuscule. I don't really see much of it. So in my opinion, I think the triple jump is fine and the recovery reduce is fine. I don't think the wall climb increase should be this fast because, like B-Dog said, you can probably end up flying like that. Is that fair, Sensei? Agreed. Yay, yay. All right, we get 2 yays from 2 Genji players, so that is a plus. Hanzo, storm arrows ricochet off walls, and his cooldown for leap is 3 seconds. This is an A. We don't need to discuss it anymore. Fuck Hanzo. This doesn't thing. We're running Junkrat. Everyone just says, nah. No, Eric, nah, not a thing. Let's not. We don't need Storm Scatter Arrow. So, Total Mayhem has been changed, and Cheese really likes the Total Mayhem change. Hi, YouTube. So, look how many grenades fall out, and look how far the area goes. I don't know if that should be a thing. Frag launcher, impact damage reduced by 10 damage, and minimum explosion damage reduced. Concussion mine, though, got buffed. Maximum damage increased from 120 to 125. And the minimum damage reduced from 30 to 25. And I say nay on these Junkrat changes. It doesn't really change anything for Junkrat. Like, if anything, it makes it less skilled because you can double concussion mine 250 HP targets now. I say nay on all these changes. I think the Total Mayhem is a meme, and the other 2 are just bad changes. So nay for me. Agree? It's a nay? Alright, we get nays. Sorry, Cheese. Pharah got quite a few buffs. Jump Jet cooldown is now 8 seconds instead of 9, which makes her stay in the air more. And now you can press crouch and you'll go down to the ground a lot faster. And there's one more change you added in later, and you can move while barraging. So, I think that all the changes should go through, except for the ultimate change. But the hover jet's concussive blast and jump jet changes should go through. It's a pretty good quality of life change for Pharah players. That means they can stay in the air longer. They don't get instant high nooned. They actually have a chance to drop down before they get high nooned. Okay, so let's discuss this a little bit. This seems a little bit more that needs to be discussed. I'm at least on a yay for the jump jet. Concussive blast and hover jets on the edge, I guess, but no on the ultimate. Think it's less skillful? True, I can see it being less skillful. The descent is fine. B-Dog has a point though, Sensei. It's a lot harder to kill Pharah, especially against hit scan players, when you can do that. It counters their ultimates, which, you know, most people use hit scan ultimates to shut down pharmacy. I see his point of view. He's probably right.
You're not going.
Okay, so think about it this way, Sensei. Launching in the air, they high nooned, you're falling on the ground, you don't get high nooned, and because your jump jet's on a quicker cooldown, you get back in the air faster, and you stay in the air more longer now. So, I agree with B-Dog now. Pharah having one ability that has no cooldown whatsoever, that can counter hit scan ultimates, that makes sense. I say no on the hover jets now. No. Look how fast you fall, dude. You're not going to have time to ramp up. Like, if anything, holding crouch this should be halved. Like, this should be 50% less fast. Not just a little bit, 50% less fast. Like, sure, you can go to the ground a little bit faster, but this is way too fast. But I'm on the yay for the cooldowns, though. Also true, the hit scanner nerf to cast and Ash makes Pharah also a lot harder to kill. I say yes on the cooldown reductions, but no to the hover jets. So for me, yay to the abilities, nay to the hover jets. B-Dog agrees with me, but Sensei says the hover jets should be tested. So Nexus Reaper, Shadow Step movements. Shadow Step. Movement speed increased by 40% for 6 seconds after ending. So he's a zooming boy. And then his pellet spread is reduced by 15%. I say nay. Not a fan. I say nay. I feel like this just makes Reaper less skilled again. Reaper needs a rework. I'm in yay for a rework for Reaper. I actually think what Reaper needs is a secondary fire to give him range. Like, you don't have to aim with Reaper because it's still shotguns. Like, you don't you can still not hit your target and still get value. So it's not even ranged, Sensei. The pellet spread is reduced by 15%, so it gives it more range. I'm in yay for a full rework, nay for these changes. Dog says yay for rework. What do you think, Sensei? Yay for rework? Nay for these changes? That's what I'm saying. Like, Eric, like, even in the shorts, he fires some smoke grenade or some shit out of his shotgun, so he should be able to fire something else from his shotguns. Like I said, should be a slug. Like, 50 damage per slug. Like, it has fall-off damage, but, like, give him range with the slug shot. Like, that needs to be a thing. But yay for rework.
We're all soldiers now.
I don't think these changes should go through for soldier because they're just buffs. Why? So sprint. Reloads gun after 3 seconds of running. And tack visor does 10% more damage. And I say nay. Soldier's already busted as it is. I say nay to both these changes. Nay? I agree. It's a nay. Not needed. True. Like, my highest win rates on Soldier was 70% after playing him for like 6 hours. Like, Soldier's busted. I don't think he needs any buffs right now. Got a huge power creep on him. He doesn't need any more. Oh yeah, we need to go back to Echo in May. So for Echo, they added this in later. For Echo, they added that her sticky bombs explode instantly and cooldown is reduced from 6 to 4 seconds. No. Next, for May, Cryo Freeze does 2,000 damage to enemies that she lands on. And Endothermic Blaster gains 50% movement speed while running on ice. Okay. That one's kind of cool. But that should not. But Ice Block should not be a thing. But I think the 50% movement speed while freezing the ground, I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, that's a nay on Echo, and I think the 50% movement speed's fine on May. Going to Sombra. Okay, so Sombra's change is kind of implementing some of the stuff from Overwatch 2. So hack. Affected targets take 20% more damage. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? No. Affected targets now take 20% increased damage from all sources for 3 seconds. The cooldown is increased to 12 seconds, and then the machine pistol bullet spread is reduced by 10%. I say the machine pistol bullet spread can be reduced, but the hack change does not need to go. Yeah, that's an overall nay from me. And hack targets are also 20% more damage. So UEMP, the whole squad, the whole team takes 20% more damage. It's like a 6-man Discord. The bullet spread can be reduced, maybe, but that's a nay. That's a big fat nay. So for Symmetra,
My teleporter is online. Aligning defense system.
your movement speed is increased when you exit the teleporter. I don't know if that's just for Symmetra or for by all people. But I would be fine with this change going through if they make her HP 200 again. So would you guys agree on that? It's a yay if you nerf her HP back to 200. Alright, agreed. That's a yay. Agree? Alright, 2 agrees. That's something keeping her good? Yeah, but you guys gotta think about the health of the game. She's not fun to play against. And another thing is like a must pick on certain control maps. If like, say you're playing on Lijiang Marketplace, the team playing the Symmetra will 9 times out of 10 win over the team that's not playing a Symmetra. Symmetra is another one of those characters like Reaper that I think needs a rework. True, I guess you're right, Eric, but like, still, like, I don't think a hero should be a must pick in any situation. Map dependent, so it's not about being map dependent. She's map required. Oh yeah, she also has 4 turrets instead of 3.
Turret deployed. Order is restored.
I don't know. Because her being dependent on certain maps or required on certain maps, and her just not being fun to play against, I don't think that you should have 225 HP. Like I said this before, if you nerf McCree's HP to 200, you need to nerf Symmetra's to 200. No 4 turrets. There doesn't need to be 4 turrets, but I do think that the teleporter change is fine if you nerf her HP to 200. So we're going to go for Torb. Torb is interesting. The recovery time from Rivet Gun has reduced from 6 to 4.5. Or 0.45. So he basically fires like he does an Overload. That's a little bit much. The Forge Hammer damage is increased from 55 to 75, and when you're an Overload, it does 125 damage. But the damage of the turret has been reduced to 11 instead of 14. That's a dumb buff. It's a little bit dumb. I'm kind of nay. Like, all these changes seem like a meme change, so I'm nay on all these changes. Okay, so that's a big fat nay on Torb. Alright, Tracer is a nay for me. I can already tell you right now, Tracer's a nay for me, because this is broken. So, Tracer, 50 ammo in their magazines. Blinks, recalls, has all our blinks back. And that is a big fat nay for me. Not even easier. This makes her broken. Because, you know, the skill gap is already pretty good. And if you give high skill gap Tracers this buff, they'll be unstoppable. But yeah, Tracer buff is a nay for me. Widowmaker. Her Widow's Kiss got buffed and her Emperor Sight now resets grappling hook cooldown. So, basically Widow's Kiss has less fall off and more damage. Which I'm not a big fan. Like, you might as well just play a second soldier. Like, what's the point of sniping?
No one can hide from my sight.
But you guys know how much I hate Widowmaker, but I wouldn't mind if Infert Sight resetted grapple hook. I don't think I'd mind that too much. It kind of makes you have to use Widow's ult if you want to get away from a dive, instead of using it to like try to get kills. But the Widow's Kiss changes. Here we go. That just makes her a second soldier. Okay, so nay on the Widow's Kiss, yay on the Emperor Sight.